Good evening. This is the Dolores County Broadcasting Network. And before I start the show, something amazing happened while I was gone. The Jets won a game, and they beat the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Cowboys either weren't playing with a full team or maybe forgot to show up and the cheerleaders are out there or something, but the Jets beat the Cowboys. And if you really want to see an interesting game, watch what the Patriots do to the Jets tonight on Monday Night Football. You know, the Jets have had a tendency to nationally embarrass themselves during these Monday night and Thursday night and Sunday evening games. Well, let's just see how the Patriots dismantle the Jets tonight. My favorite team. All right, and with that, the DCTV 4-H TV news program for October 21st, 2019. Our camera person is Tanner. Video engineer and sound producer is Lynette. Lynn. Okay. Teleprompter and prompter is Myra. News anchors are Brant and Aubrey. Our meteorologist is Hannah. And this is your news director, Dan. And now, the news.
Testing. Okay. Welcome to the DCTV 4-H Evening News Show, Kids Evening News Show. Help us keep our news show on the air by becoming a sponsor. You can buy sponsorship by calling 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Now for the news. Hi, I'm Brent Gardner, and our first story is from the Durango Herald. Water samples show no impact from Silver Wing mine spill. A mine that spilled into the Animas River north of Silverton did not impact water quality, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, which collected samples and analyzed the data. It was discovered October 9th that the Silver Wing mine was discharging more than normal, discoloring Animas River downstream the Eureka Gulch. The Silver Wing mine is listed in the EPA Bonita Peak Mining District, Bonita Peak Mining District Superfund, which consists of 48 mining-related sites contributing to degrade water and water quality in the Animas River. The EPA reported the color of the Animas River had returned to normal by October 10th. The agency has not started work on the Silver Wing mine, however, and it's unclear the caused uptick in discharge. Inspections show no blockage or changes to the structural integrity of the mine. EPA spokeswoman Catherine Jenkins wrote an email. The EPA water samples October 10th that indicated no adverse impact to downstream drinking water or agricultural water use associated with the release of the Silver Wing mine. The data taken from 9 sampling points, including the Silver Wing mine and continuing downstream to the town of Durango, indicates increased metal concentrations emanating from the mine, resulting in slightly elevated metal concentrations about 4 miles below the mine, Jenkins wrote. The EPA says metal concentrations were not elevated in the Animas River at Silverton or Durango. The results from the 2 sampling locations in Durango are well within the range of the concentrations previously observed during seasonal sampling events. Impacts to aquatic life, if any, will be limited to the Animas River to immediate vicinity of the Silver Wing Mine and upstream of Silverton, Jenkins wrote.
This story is from the Durango Herald. What working undercover taught Durango's new deputy police chief? Bruce Current spends countless hours with people he once considered bad, not because he wanted to, but because it was his job. The 20-year, now retired San Juan County, New Mexico Sheriff Office employee worked for a bit as an undercover narcotics agent. He sat in vehicles in plain clothing, chatting with suspected drug dealers, gathering information he hoped would help curb the flow of black market drugs and the violence that comes with them. From arriving in San Juan County, a theme in policing when he joined the force was sort of us versus them, Current said. The idea was that police worked on law enforcement. They didn't bother with issues of mental illnesses or housing. Current said he subscribed at least in part to the us versus them ideology when ideology, I can't say that. Ideologically, when he started in law enforcement. But his outlook changed as he got to know the people he invested. The conversations he had with them suggested drug dealers meandered, and while they may have been adversaries in society, Current said his undercover work gave him a chance to see how their choices led them down this path. Current said he really learned to respect people as an undercover agent. I saw that down deep they were good people, he said. It opened my eyes to different types of policing. As deputy chief at Durango Police Department, a position established in August, Current manages day-to-day operations at the Durango Police Department and meets with community leaders or interested residents to mold his approach to law enforcement in the city. He's making decisions and talking with people all day, he said. It takes some time in the morning to prepare for such intense work, so Current said he listens to broadcasts about leadership on his commute. Law enforcement must be advised in more disciplinaries than ever before, including issues related to addiction, housing, and access to jobs or healthcare. And there are fewer officers nationwide to keep growing communities safe, which can be a strain on agencies like the Durango Police Department.
This story is from the Journal. Update. Coal seam fire burns north of Dolores. A coal seam fire has been discovered burning underground 15 miles northeast of Dolores on the San Juan National Forest. Forest Service personnel discovered the fire October 9th. It's burning along a coal seam just east of the Forest Road 525 and has been active since summer 2018 when the Plateau Fire occurred. The seam is extremely hot and will continue to burn for an indefinite period of time, producing minimal amounts of smoke and strong odor of creosote that will be noticeable, according to the press release. The ground around the coal seam is unstable and should be avoided. The fire will continue to burn underground as long as the coal resources exist, officials said. A team of experts will gather data about the fire's potential in 2020. The area of the coal seam fire is about 1/10 acre, said Patrick Seekins, fire management officer for the Dolores Ranger District. It is within the burn area of the Plateau Fire and has been contained below the surface. The fire is at the head of Beaver Canyon, west of the Dolores Norwood Road, Forest Road 526, and east of Forest Road 525. No roads or trails have been closed, but roadside signs, Forest Road 25, warn of a nearby fire. When it was discovered, it was burning at low intensity above the ground. Seeking said a fire crew put it out on the surface in a little more than 1 day, but it continues to smolder and glow below ground, he said. How the fire started was at first a mystery, and further investigation revealed the previously unknown burning coal seam. Water and foam were dispensed into fissures where the coal could be seen burning, but it just temporarily cooled the fire, Seekin said. The area will be regularly monitored and patrolled to extinguish any fire that reaches the surface. Vegetation.
This story is from the Pine River Times. Indian Island off the coast of Northern California was the site of a massacre, a place that was contaminated by a shipyard and flushed with invasive species. It's also the spiritual and physical center of the universe for the small Wyatt tribute, and it now belongs to them almost entirely after a city deeded all the land it owns on the island to the tribe during a pact signing ceremony Monday. It's a Indian Island off the coast of Northern California was the site of a massacre, a place that was contaminated by a shipyard and flushed with invasive species. It's also the spiritual and physical center of the universe for the small Wyatt tribute, and it now belongs to them almost entirely after a city deeded all the land it owns on the island to the tribe during a pact signing ceremony Monday. It's a really good example of resilience because Wyatt people never gave up the dream. Tribal administrator Michelle Vassell said, "It's a really good story about healing and about coming together as a community." The tribe was decimated in 1860, when scores of elders, women, and children were wiped out during a raid by settlers, while the tribe's men were away gathering supplies. Since then, the now 600-member tribe has been making small strides towards regaining the land it's lost. The tribe sold art and fry bread and took in donations to buy 1.5 acres, 0.6 hectares on the eastern tip of the island for $106,000 in 2000. Years later, the city of Ikura gave the tribe more land. During the signing, celebrated with a prayer, a traditional Native American dance, and cheers from a crowd, city officials turned over the deed to the largest chunk of land, more than 200 acres, 81 hectares, in what was once the historic village of Epidauro. No money was exchanged. For our city, it's the right thing to do, and that's why we're doing it, said Councilwoman Kim Burgle, who was born and raised in the county. Certainly, it's been far too long. Tribes have lost millions of acres of land during those treaties broken by the U.S. government by force and in exchange for federal services such as healthcare and education. Rarely has it been restored, said Chris Steinbrook, president of the Indian Land Tenure Foundation. Most tribes resort to buying land as it comes up for sale. The tribe with the largest land base of many native nations in the Southwest, Navajo Nation, in the Southwest has purchased ranches in Colorado outside the boundary of its 27,000 square mile, 70,000 square kilometer reservation.
Weird news from the internet. Woman climbed into Bronx Zoo exhibit to taunt lion. You've heard of swimming with the sharks, but what about dancing with the lions? That's what one woman did Saturday at New York's Bronx Zoo when she climbed over the safety rail at the African lion exhibit. The unidentified woman was filmed standing in the exhibit near a lion with only a 4-foot moat with a 14-foot drop separating them, according to CBS New York. The woman appears to dance for the lion, who doesn't appear to be impressed. Based on this Instagram video of the incident, Hernan Reynoso, who filmed the video above, told WNBC TV that at first he thought the woman and her dancing were all part of the exhibit. That quickly changed. But when I see she was just there dancing, saying hi to the lion and that everything, and that was crazy, Reynoso said. Reynoso also said when he saw the lion start to get agitated and roar at the woman, he decided to grab his family and leave the scene. Bronx Zoo officials told WABC TV that there were no injuries from the encounter, but that it was a zero-tolerance policy for antics of this sort. This action was a serious violation of unlawful trespass that could have been resulted in serious injury or death. Barriers and rules are in place to keep both visitors, staff, and animals safe, the zoo said in a statement. The woman has been identified, but the zoo is currently filing a criminal trespass report against her, the station said. As the saying goes, you can't cure stupid.
Thought it was is now for the weather report with our current weather data. That you were supposed to say that. Our current weather data comes from the DCTV weather station located in the beautiful downtown Dove Creek. The current temperature is 49 degrees. The high for today was 50 degrees. The low was 23 degrees. The barometer is at 30.21 inches and is steady. Humidity is at 24%. Wind is between 1 and 9 miles per hour from the northeast. Gusts have been up to 28 miles per hour. There were 0.00 of an inch of moisture today in DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 0.00 of an inch. Moisture accumulation for the year is 10.23 inches. Now for the National Weather Service. Here is the big map. Rain is falling along the coast of Washington and Oregon from the edge of the rain going east into Montana and Wyoming. There is mixed precipitation. The more mixed precipitation is falling in from the Dakotas into Minnesota, from mid-Minnesota and central Texas, and ending in a line from New York through North Carolina. There is rain with severe thunderstorms. Along the Atlantic coast of North Carolina through New York, and including the area of Maine, it is clear. Yeah. Now for our exclusive DCTV 5-day forecast. Tuesday, sunny, high 57, low 33. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high 60, low 28. Thursday, mostly sunny, high 50, low 26. Friday, sunny, high 58, low 31. And then Saturday, sunny, high 62, low 34. Now for our climate change report, CO2, carbon dioxide, is considered a greenhouse gas and is one of the principal causes of climate change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability. This results in significant variations worldwide of moisture and hot and cold temperatures, but the general climate trend of the planet is slowly warming. Therefore, it is important that we report the CO2 weekly change following our CO2 numbers in parts per million. Last week, 408.62. 2 weeks ago, 408.39. Last year, 405.99. 10 years ago, 384.45. 50 years ago, 321.78. Thank you, Dr. Peter Tansen, National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration, and Michael McGee of the CO2.RF Network for providing this information. Remember, you can help keep our kids' news show on air by buying a sponsorship. To become a sponsor, just call 970-677-4119. Thank you. Now back to our news director.
That is the end of today's DCTV 4-H Evening News Show. This is your news director, Dan, saying good night and thank you for watching. And don't forget to watch Monday Night Football to see the Jets in action.